Hey guys, I'm One to Pass here, and today I'm doing a deck profile of my Twilight Witch build. So I hope you guys enjoy. I'm just gonna get right started with the Grade Freeze. So starting out with the Grade Free lineup, I have free Witch of White Snake Mint. So her Legion mate is the 12k Vanilla, Witch of Black Snake Chikori. So, anyways, here we go. So her Vanguard skill is Soul Blast 6. When this unit attacks, you pay the cost. If you do, then your front row gets plus 5k and the Vanguard gets plus 10k. So it's a pretty good pressure card and it's useful for finishing off games. It's what you want to be on near the end of the game. You should be able to finish the game in around 2 turns. If you don't, then you really run the risk of decking out, but with Legion that's not as bad as it sounds. And then once per turn, if you have another card with Witch in your center column, you can counterblast 1 and then you can soul charge free, and you cannot use this card again for the rest of this turn. So it's a pretty good card overall. I only need free copies because she's really kind of the end game card. You just want free copies for consistency, and I mean, you might sometimes have to rewrite over her just because you run the risk of decking out and you want to put those delicious triggers back into your deck. So that's about it for that. So next I run 4 Witch of, I think it's Sea Eagles, Fennel. So Fennel's Legion mate is Jasmine. So nice legs. Anyways, her Legion skill is at the end of the turn that this unit perform Legion, you can Soul Blast 3, and then you can search the top 5 cards of your deck for 2 cards with Witch in its name, and then shuffle the rest back into your deck. So this is overall a good cycler, as well as a +1. So by cycler I mean, even though you ride a Grade Free and your total card advantage is just 1, she does remove a Grade Free from your hand for something more useful with shields or rear guards or whatnot. So I run her at 4 copies because, alright, she has one more skill. Counterblast 1 when this is placed on Vanguard, soul charge free. Yep, standard stuff. It's a lot, as you can see, all the witches have Counterblast 1 soul charge free, so it's pretty easy to get your soul chunks off. The reason why I want her at 4 is because you want to be able to spam her ability a lot, and you just want to cycle through all your Grade Frees, and you just want to be able to basically create a really quote-unquote trigger stack deck while getting everything you really need in your hand to be able to kill your opponent. So you need 4 copies, you just want to be able to Legion spam. So next, starting off with my Shadow Paladin tech, which makes this deck Twilight, because, you know, black witches and white witches, although this doesn't really count because it's white witch, black witch, but anyways, so this is a Shadow Paladin card, so Inspection Witch Daedere. So when this is placed on Rearguard Circle, you can Soul Blast 1, and then you can go level 0 ni. You can turn one of your opponent's cards into a grade 0, and they choose a grade 0 from their drop zone and replace it over their Rearguard Circle. So say they had like Corduroy for irony purposes. You place this card, Soul Blast, and then they had to put that Gatling Claw. They can put that Gatling Claw in their drop zone over their grade 2. And yeah, there's no purpose really to put any grade 0s there. It's just mainly to screw up with their field. But because I don't run a bunch of the cards that require you to have your opponent to have 2 or more grade 0s, I just run this because it's a better choice than Shimomiel, plus screws up with their field. It's overall a pretty good card. I mean, gives your opponent a lot of mental pressure, which is, it's not really a calculatable form of advantage in this game, but I still think it's pretty good. Like, you scare your opponent into not guarding, and you also scare them into not calling any rear guards. But if they're smart, they will just do whatever, and then you can just keep screwing around their field. This is a pretty good combo overall with Melissa, because you can just call her, Soul Blast Melissa, Counterblast 1 Superior Call, and bam, you have a 16k column. It's really good. Next, I run 4 of the 12k Vanillas, so Witch of Black Snake Chikori. So she's pretty important. Make your 12ks so you can hit 11ks by yourself if you don't have your columns ready yet, or you can hit cross ride. So overall, 4 12Ks, 100% needed in this deck. I cannot justify running Shimomio in this deck because 1, this is Twilight, 2, you don't have enough counterblast. So, and the reason why I don't have enough counterblast is because I'm running 4 Witch of I think it's Sea Eagles. I can't remember exactly what, but it's her name is Jasmine and she has nice legs. Yeah. So yeah, when she's placed on rear guard, you can counterblast 1, soul charge free, and then this card gets plus 3k. So she's a temporary 12k attacker for 1 turn that you place her on rear guard circle, and she's really good for getting you your soul you need to set up for your plays with Fennel and Mint. Camera glare is kind of... It's probably because of the sleeves, but anyways. So yeah, you need her at 4 copies, so just reorganize this a bit to make it look more presentable. Yes. Okay, so that's it. So that's 7 grade 3s and 12 grade 2s. So next I'm gonna run 14 grade 1s. So here we go. First of all, I run 2 10k vanillas, so Witch of Peaches Bellini. Reason why I don't run more than this is because your early game, I can't really see why you would need it, just because you can have 2 cards that hit 12Ks, and these cards, I mean, they're only useful at grade 1, honestly. I mean, after your field gets blown up, I mean, even if you still have her on rear guard, still not that useful because you're going to have a lot of cards to call from your hand, so you really don't need it. But I just run 2 anyways because it's better than Cumine or what's the other card you can run? Valencia. You don't need those cards in this because you already get enough soul, and you're just going to end up risking decking out in the end. So next I run 4 Donnas. So she has the same skill as Data Ray. I just run her because it gives you 8 cards that can screw around with your opponent's field, and it's pretty funny. Yeah, I just really like running the Shadow Tech in the Genesis. It's mainly Genesis deck, as you can see, but I just like this because it works with Fennel. Because Fennel just requires it to have a witch in its name, not like the traditional cards that require Genesis in its name. So I run 4 of her. Next, I run 4 Witch of Frogs Melissa. So her main combo is with Data Ray, so you call, Soul Blast a card, and then Soul Blast her, Counter Blast, Superior Call. Bam, 16k. That's enough reason for me to run it. Gives you early like rush power, lets you field scale really hard. So it's a pretty good combo, I like it. Unfortunately, you can't selectively soul charge her like you do in Regalia, but it's overall pretty good. Next up, I run 2 Quintet Walls, so Barrier Witch Granier. Important to get that drop zone early, so I mean, this can easily block an early rearguard attack. I mean, an early vanguard attack, and you can easily block a lot of crits and stuff. Especially against decks like that have on crits, you really want to block all that early damage, and you want to have drop zone to start getting her pluses off as soon as possible. And finally, I run 2 Witch of Strawberries Framboise. So she's the perfect guard. You still need perfect guards. I mean, Quintet Walls won't save you all the time, and plus, I can't justify running. I can't justify running 4 Quintet Walls just because of the counterblast cost. Overall, this is pretty good because with Fennel, you can search this even though it's a Shadow Paladin card. Otherwise, you'd have to run Sylvain, which is, you can't search that, and that sucks when you check top 5 and you're like, oh, if only that was a witch. Well, I don't have that problem because if you're playing pure Genesis, this deck doesn't work as well. It just becomes really vanilla. I don't really like it. That's okay, because Granier is best Quintet Wall ever. And finally, for my trigger lineup, I run 4 heals, because heals, and you have to run the witch one, of course, because hey, it's not bad sometimes to search a 10k shield to your hand if you're playing against like Regalia, although you probably don't want to grab the heal, you probably want to grab the crits or something. I run 4 Battle Maiden Kukurihime. I never noticed this until now, but she's holding a bunch of grenades and it's pretty awesome. She also has a secondary skill, of course, where you put her into soul plus 3k to something. It's mainly useful with Minerva, honestly, but if you need soul for some reason, you're missing enough for a chunk, just put her into soul and you're good to go. And then I run 4 Where's the fourth one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Lemon Witch Limonoko, 8 crits, and of course 4 draws. So this draw is you place it on the Guardian Circle, Soul Charge 1. So also works with Granny, it doesn't say hand, so easy way to get that last card in your soul you need for a chunk. Because the way chess this works, for those who aren't familiar, and I expect you to be familiar with now, it works in chunks of 3. So you have to build up those chunks. And finally, for the starter, I run Regalia Prey Angel. So you put her into soul when your Vanguard is in Legion, soul charge 3 plus 5k. So makes them pretty much either perfect guard you or eat a Vanguard attack. So, and also gives you free soul. I would run Witch of Prohibited Book Cinnamon, but 1, I cannot find her right now, and 2, I would not recommend putting her back into the deck because you don't really want to. I don't know, you just don't really want to get her back into the deck. It's extra. Yeah, just don't do it, guys. I just don't put her back in the deck. I don't like it. So yeah, that's about it for this deck. There isn't really much to say about main combos. Main combo already, I told you, is Discard and Melissa. So yeah, that's about it. I haven't tested this deck out that much, but I do know it works from what I've been testing online, and I have played this a bit. So I might make some changes to the deck, and if I do, I might comment it below, or I might make another video. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, or day, or whatever time you're watching this. Yeah. See you. Bye.